So today's topic, this is going to be part 4. Yes, part 4 on the constant saga of will Shannon Sharpe ever get a contract extension over there at your friends and family over there at Fox Sports 1. Shannon Sharpe, on the presentation Monday, they talked about Tom Brady. And I pulled this article, and I forgot where I pulled it from. I'm going to have the link to this article in the comments section, and you guys can go see for yourself. But basically, the article was constructed of Shannon Sharpe and Skip Bayless. We're talking about Tom Brady. And the article also said that Shannon Sharpe was more neutral when analyzing Tom Brady. And everyone considers Skip Bayless a stan of Tom Brady. You know, Tom Brady cannot do no wrong in Skip Bayless' logic. And I can somewhat co-sign to that. But however, it seems like people seem to sleep or forget, have selective amnesia when the topic goes to LeBron James. You can also use that opinion towards Shannon Sharpe, because Shannon Sharpe is not neutral when it comes to LeBron James. You know, LeBron James cannot do any wrong in Shannon Sharpe's eyes. In Shannon Sharpe's logic, LeBron James is the GOAT. He's surpassed Michael Jordan, yada, yada, yada. Even though there's several things that do not prove that point. But nevertheless, the man do deserve his own thought, his own opinion. And you know, that's how he feels, and that's fine. And the same should go with Skip Bayless, even though I do feel like both of these guys, when they debate, they really don't use a lot of logic. They're really fans of these athletes that they talk about on Undisputed. But however, someone took to social media, and that's where Shannon Sharpe is. And I said this in a video last week. I feel like Shannon Sharpe is more famous on social media than, network. I feel like, and it is not all Shannon Sharpe's fault why he's not as famous on television as he is on social media. People have to remember, Fox Sports 1 is not in a lot of markets. It's not in a lot of households. Therefore, Shannon Sharpe can't reap the benefits of also being popular on network television. In Fox Sports 1, rating wise is the struggle is real when you try to compare them to ESPN, because ESPN is in more markets. Okay. But let's move on. So Shannon Sharpe took to social media after someone tweeted that it's amazing how when people talk about Tom Brady, they seem to forget about the defense. Okay, insinuating that a lot of Tom Brady's success is due to the defensive end, particularly with when he was a quarterback for the New England Patriots, particularly in some of the Super Bowls. Even though Tom Brady has rise to the occasion on big time games as well as Super Bowls, but nevertheless, Shannon Sharpe retweeted this and then tweeted back with the comment exactly. And like I said, both of these guys, I feel like they're stans. Skip Bayless is a fan for Tom Brady, and Shannon Sharpe is a big fan of LeBron James, and LeBron James cannot do any wrong in Shannon Sharpe's eyes, and Tom Brady can't do any wrong in Skip Bayless' eyes. Okay, a lot of equations factor in to Tom Brady and LeBron James. If you want to really go there and dissect how they won these games, how they won these championships, how they won playoff games, if you want to take it to that point, yes, you could probably go back to a lot of these big time games. both LeBron James and Tom Brady and say, well, the reason why these two guys won because of this, that, and the third. When LeBron James won his championship in Cleveland, a lot of people dissect that finals. And a lot of people say that Kyrie Irving was the guy who hit the big-time shot, the clutch shot that won that game, thus made them champions in Cleveland. But a lot of people also say that LeBron James, that block that he had as a member of the Cleveland Cavaliers, was the reason why they won the finals that particular year. And the same thing goes for Tom Brady. A lot of people point to the defense when they played in the Super Bowl, how they kept Kansas City below average. If you want to point and tear through the reasoning why Tom Brady and LeBron James is so successful, you can do that. Okay, so Shannon Sharpe liked that tweet, and then someone tweeted the following: Skip Bayless should do the exact same thing to you like Stephen A. Smith did with Max, and fire you from Undisputed. And Shannon Sharpe replied on social media, my account says he could do that tomorrow, and I wouldn't have to spell the word job, let alone to find another one. Basically, he's implying that he wouldn't be on the streets that long until someone picks him up. And this is the conversation we had last week about Fox Sports 1 and how Fox Sports 1 and Shannon Sharpe and Shannon Sharpe's agent are still in the process of hammering out a deal for an extension. Obviously, money is the reason why this deal has not been done yet. Shannon Sharpe, and a lot of people have said this, even from his inner circle, that he's looking for big time money. The deal that he's currently on, he's only making $3 million a year. That's far below what if you compare his deal with Skip Bayless, and Skip Bayless gotten his deal easily, and Fox Sports 1 was gave Skip Bayless the sun, the moon, the stars, and the universe to keep him at that network, because it was a moment of time where he could have went to ESPN, and I talked about this in previous videos, that I feel like he probably would have went back to ESPN. And if Disney didn't put a cap on how much money they were willing to give Skip Bayless, they still gave him some good money. But I felt like the main reason why Skip Bayless didn't go back to the worldwide leader of sports, ESPN, is because he will have to do a lot of traveling, and he will have to move his family to New York. And I feel like when I mean his family, his wife and Hazel, his dog, it's not like these guys have kids, but I felt like that Skip Bayless did not want to do that. And I said his wife loves California. They have friends in California. Same way with Skip. Skip has friends in California too, and he's enjoying the lifestyle. And when he looked at both deals, which, by the way, ESPN was also willing to allow Skip Bayless to continue to do Undisputed on Fox Sports 1 and still work for ESPN, and still be, have some segments on Monday Night Football, the NBA Finals, First Take, obviously. But they was also trying to get him over there at ESPN Plus to spark interest in people subscribing to ESPN Plus. ESPN Plus, the struggle is real over there. Not a lot of people are subscribed to ESPN Plus. I feel like ESPN Plus is a dud. There's really no logical reason why you would sign to ESPN Plus, but if you do, that's to each his own. And he was going to have a show there alongside Stephen A. Smith, and still do ESPN First Take, and also have a show on and also still do what he has to do. He can still work for Fox Sports 1 and still do his Undisputed show. That's how much ESPN wanted Skip Bayless, okay? But I felt like if they could give him, if they would have gave him some crazy amount of money, where he, it would have been impossible for him to not accept, then he would have already went back to ESPN. And I feel like the money that they were offering, and then he was weighing the pros and cons. He just didn't feel like uprooting and moving his wife from California to New York, or do traveling, being away from his wife for a long extended period of time. And I feel like and also his friends, and he has a lot of friends in California. So I felt like that's the main reason why he chose Fox Sports 1 over ESPN for the second time. Well, Fox Sports 1 gave him his contract. He's happy. Okay. Fox Sports 1 also said that they're going to have an afternoon show. They're going to have a second show with Skip Bayless. It's going to be in the afternoon. And Skip Bayless is got him a contract extension. He likes the money. He likes the direction where Fox Sports 1 is going with him. And life is good for Skip Bayless. However, when you look at Shannon Sharpe, they're still hammering out a contract extension. And like I said last week, I said a deal may get done in the next couple of weeks. Okay, you really don't know about these things, but to me, like I said in the video last week, if Skip Bayless really wants Shannon Sharpe to stay at Undisputed, he would have already told the network that, look, I'm not signing a deal until Shannon Sharpe gets a deal, and y'all should do whatever it takes to get him signed on the dotted line. If Shannon Sharpe is, if Skip Bayless, feels like Shannon Sharpe is that important to the show, and they're more, and if they're really friends, he would have done that. If it makes business sense, which it technically does, he would be co-signing to that, and Shannon Sharpe wouldn't have to be struggling to get his money at Fox Sports 1. But I feel like Skip Bayless, knows a little bit more, particularly the negotiations with Shannon Sharpe with Fox Sports 1. And I feel like also that Fox Sports 1 don't view Shannon Sharpe the same way social media views Shannon Sharpe. I feel like Shannon Sharpe has more and bigger of a platform on social media than he does on network television. I feel like Shannon Sharpe is funny. He's entertaining. He's informational. He's got information. He has sources. He still has sources in the NFL. He's a great contributor. But when you look at signing him to a contract extension that's equal or a little bit less than what Skip Bayless is making, Fox Sports 1 feels otherwise. Fox Sports 1 feels like we don't need to pay big time money for two guys to debate, when if we already got Skip Bayless locked in, and that's really the person we're really interested in, which, by the way, a lot of people seem to forget, Fox Sports 1 didn't recruit Shannon Sharpe to come to Undisputed to debate against Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless is the one and is the reason why Shannon Sharpe has the job at Fox Sports 1. He was, campaigning for Shannon Sharpe to go along with him for Undisputed. Matter of fact, Skip Bayless, in his last couple of weeks working for ESPN, He wanted to see how it was going to work out, and he had Shannon Sharpe on First Take, and they were debating. He saw the chemistry, and he said, "Yeah, this could work. Let me take this to my show, Undisputed." Remember the word I said, my show, to Undisputed, and I like the chemistry with me and Shannon Sharpe. Yeah, let's move it. When let's move it to Fox Sports 1 when I do my thing, and we can do a lot of big things. That first year, it was an amazing year for Fox Sports 1. But as the years go on, Fox Sports 1, when you look at Fox Sports 1 and when you look at Undisputed, as the years move on, they still haven't gotten close when it comes to market shares with ESPN. 5 years later, and they're still in the same situation they were in the beginning of Undisputed. When I'm talking, and when I mean they, I'm talking about Fox Sports 1 and ESPN. ESPN is still in more households than Fox Sports 1. All right. ESPN still are getting the ratings, even though they're not getting them like they used to 10 years ago or 20 years ago. They're still getting the ratings despite a lot of people exiting stage left. Maria Taylor left ESPN. Kerry Champion left ESPN. A lot of personalities have left ESPN. And ESPN has got the mindset of we don't chase them, we just simply replace them. And ESPN has not missed a beat with their ratings. The ratings have not slipped because a lot of personalities are no longer there. They're still in more markets. They're still getting the ratings. Okay, they may not be killing it like they used to 10, 20 years ago, but yet, their own competition is themselves. Now, Disney owns ESPN, and normally ESPN would, have all types of money and they can just sign people to whatever. But particularly this recent year, the past couple of years have not been good, have not been, graceful for sports entertainment. I don't think sports entertainment is in the front pages no more. It's more in the back pages. And sports entertainment has become a niche concept, a niche market. I'm not going to go into further details about that. I explained that in other videos. If you subscribe to my channel, you can go check out them videos for yourself. Why my reasoning is, but I feel like it's two factors. One, I feel like, the woke movement, Black Lives Matter, has turned off a lot of people that view these platforms. And two, the pandemic, it really stifled a lot of leagues out there, particularly last year. And a lot of these leagues are not back to their, form like they were 2 or 3 years ago. Even NFL football 3 years ago were struggling in ratings because, with the Colin Kaepernick situation, and you had a lot of, athletes that are kneeling to the flag, that turned off people and rubbed people the wrong way. Now me on the outside looking in, I feel like we should have awareness for Black Lives Matter. I feel like all athletes should speak up and we should hear them out. Okay. We do that for everyone else in every walk of life. How come we can't do that for athletes? Okay. Black, white, it really doesn't matter your nationality or, your ethnic background. None of that really applies. Everyone should have a voice. And particularly with African Americans, we never, had a momentum or a platform to show the world that, police brutality, Black Lives Matter, that's important to us, okay? And it should be important to you. So, nevertheless, getting back on the subject, I feel like sports entertainment has taken a back seat, is not as popular as it once was. And I think the leagues are slowly but surely getting their fans back, welcoming them back to the leagues, okay? And I feel like this is also affecting sports media. And ESPN has been shuffling the deck. They have been moving personalities. They have let go of a lot of personalities. And the same thing goes for Fox Sports 1. The same thing goes for Turner Sports. I just feel like with sports media, it's not as popular as it once was 20 years ago. Okay. And, you can just look at the articles of a lot of analysts that have moved on from a lot of networks. It's not an ESPN thing. It's not a Fox Sports 1 thing. It's a sports network thing. Okay. So, back to this subject. I feel like a lot of those concepts are why sports media is on the back pages, and it's affecting everyone when it comes to re-signing them or people re-up on these networks. If we go down through the timeline, Stephen A. Smith signed his deal before the pandemic. So he already got his money. He's making money moves at ESPN, the worldwide leader of sports. Skip Bayless signed his during the pandemic. People thought that when the pandemic went down, it was going to affect a lot of people as far as in negotiations, and it has not affected Skip Bayless. So Skip Bayless is making his bread. He made his bread, before the pandemic and during the pandemic, and he's going to still make his bread even after the pandemic, if there's an after for this pandemic. Okay. And a lot of other, Max, still is under that contract that he signed at ESPN. I feel like, Max deal should be almost or close to be done. And we're going to have to wait and see how ESPN rewards him. Now, he didn't get fired from ESPN. He just no longer does First Take. And ESPN is moving him around with the Keyshawn J. Will morning show. He also has the afternoon show that they're planning on doing an afternoon show with Max. And he still has his boxing show. We're going to have to wait and see when his deal is done. Are they going to pay him the same amount of money he was making when he was the co-host at First Take? We're all going to have to wait and see. I think he's going to take a little bit less, but I feel like with Max, he's one of those guys. He's not totally egotistical. He doesn't feel like he wants to make the most money. I feel like if you put him in different outlets and allow him to be on different platforms, I feel like Max is best that way. Okay. And I don't think he's going to be making the same amount of money he was making when he was with ESPN. And I feel like with Shannon Sharpe situation, I feel like Fox Sports 1 is really watching what ESPN is doing. When ESPN moved Max out of First Take, and now they're doing, now what they're doing at First Take is they're going to have different people come to the show to debate against Stephen A. Smith, and so far so good. It's working for them. Okay, Michael Irvin comes on Mondays because of Sunday's NFL matchups and things of that nature, as well as the Cowboy talk. So that sparks a lot of interest for people watching to go over there and watch First Take. And then, I feel like there's going to be a slew of other guests that's going to be debating with or against Stephen A. Smith. And that really helps the show. It refreshes the show. It makes the brand even better. And it sparks interest for that show. And I feel like Fox Sports 1 saying, well, wait a minute. They're doing it technically with the moderator and Stephen A. Smith. So how come we can't reproduce that and do that and bring that to Undisputed and just have Skip Bayless debate someone, a different person each and every day? And let's just do it that way. It'll be cheaper for us. We don't have to pay for Skip. We're already paying for Skip, and we don't have to pay nearly as much to keep Shannon Sharpe happy. And if we could get him to do other things at Fox Sports 1, that's fine. All right. I feel like Fox Sports 1 is holding all the cards as far as with negotiation talks with Shannon Sharpe. This has been a long, drawn-out process. Shannon Sharpe's contract ended in July. Here we are in September, and in a couple of weeks, we're going to be moving into October, and still no word about them getting even close to a deal. And I feel like two things is going to happen. One thing for certain, but two things could possibly happen. Shannon Sharpe is going to swallow his ego, and he's going to swallow his pride and say, well, okay, we're just going to go ahead and take this contract because obviously you guys are not budging, and we'll just take this and I'll debate against Skip Bayless. I still got other things outside of Fox Sports 1 that I'm that I enjoy doing, like Club Shay Shay. It wouldn't surprise me none if Shannon Sharpe he's it's sort of a podcast on YouTube, but it wouldn't surprise me none if he has a radio podcast, on iHeart or iTunes or whatever, and he does that as well, and just get his name out, get his make his brand even bigger, and he can go that route, or he can simply just turn down whatever deal Fox Sports 1 has on the table and says thanks, but no thanks. I'm taking my talents to XYZ. Now, if you look at Shannon Sharpe's tweet, I believe Shannon Sharpe. There is a multitude of networks that would hire Shannon Sharpe in a fraction of a second. And I feel like one of those networks, and I have talked about this in previous videos, you can go check out the videos for yourself. One of those networks is ESPN. ESPN would pay Shannon Sharpe some good money to join ESPN. Okay. And if he joins ESPN, I can see him in different packages. Like if the First Take experiment is not working, he can be debating against Stephen A. Smith. But I really feel like ESPN is going to, if they do sign Shannon Sharpe, they're going to package him in different things. They're going to have, obviously, he's going to have his own show. He's going to have a podcast, and they're going to have him sprinkled all around the worldwide leader of sports. And also ESPN Plus. ESPN Plus streaming service is still struggling. It's lacking talent, and Shannon Sharpe is a talented guy, okay? And plus, Shannon Sharpe will be at a network that's in more markets than Fox Sports 1, meaning more households, and people that have never heard of Shannon Sharpe or never watched Shannon Sharpe on national television will get the opportunity to see Shannon Sharpe. Now, Shannon Sharpe is going to have to tone down his, tone down himself just a little bit, because Disney is more of a family show, so he's going to have to be careful of cursing and, heavy type of language, but I feel like Shannon Sharpe can do that, because after all, he was with CBS Sports, and he was fairly good at that as well. And I feel like Shannon Sharpe could easily do that, and that would be great for Shannon Sharpe, but even be greater for ESPN. So people that are fans of Shannon Sharpe that watch him on Undisputed, they would go see Shannon Sharpe on ESPN. Now, I feel like ESPN, out of all the sports networks, are going to be asking for Shannon Sharpe if he becomes a free agent. And I feel like Fox Sports 1, in the back of their minds, they are aware of it. All right? And they're delicately trying to hammer out a contract extension with Shannon Sharpe. That's why, they, haven't had any talks or discussions about negotiations and the process and things of that nature. They haven't been trying to sign anyone else at Fox Sports 1, and then people will be looking at that as, oh, that's probably going to be the replacement for Shannon Sharpe. Now, there is rumors and speculations out there that Emmanuel Acho would be replacing Shannon Sharpe if the day comes that Shannon Sharpe wants to leave Undisputed, or Fox Sports 1 say this is too rich for their blood to get Shannon Sharpe to join Fox Sports 1. And they have to move on. And I feel like a lot of people are saying Emmanuel Acho would be the replacement for Shannon Sharpe if Shannon Sharpe leaves Fox Sports 1 and Undisputed. Okay. That's a possibility as well. I talked about it in a video. I feel like, that would be good for Fox Sports 1, would be good for Skip Bayless. And like I said in my other videos, the first year of Undisputed, their relationship and their chemistry was at its apex. It was at its highest. Since then, their relationship has been fragile at best, okay? They have been taking jabs at one another in the past couple of years. They have grown distant. I mean, even, Skip Bayless is an old head. He's old school. And he's the type of person that wants to go to the network and, collaborate with, like he did at ESPN. He would go to ESPN early in the morning, collaborate with Skip Bayless. They would have the topics on the blackboard, and they will discuss among themselves. And that made First Take a better show. And Skip Bayless I've heard this come out of Skip Bayless' mouth. And I've also saw this on a lot of articles where over there at Undisputed, he's not doing that. Pretty much the producer calls him and tells him about the topics. And, the prep time with him and Shannon Sharpe is a lot less than it was with Skip Bayless. And I feel like there's a lot of factors that play a part. One, I feel like the relationship is not as strong as it once was on year one. And also, two, I feel like the pandemic, COVID-19, you have all these restrictions, 6 feet apart. I feel like that's another reason why they haven't took it, why it has fallen off slightly. And I feel like all those factors play a part, okay? Not just one thing, but all those things play a part, all right? And like I said earlier, if Skip Bayless really wants Shannon Sharpe, he could have helped Shannon Sharpe got that contract by telling Fox Sports 1, look, I'm not signing my deal until my man Shannon Sharpe gets his deal, all right? But, when it comes to negotiations like that, Skip Bayless has not been an advocate or campaigning for Shannon Sharpe to get his money, to get his deal. Now, I know a lot of people in the comment section are going to say, well, he never did do that over there at ESPN. And technically, you're wrong. And two, ESPN know they had a great thing when they had Shannon Sharpe. When they had Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith. And the reason why they lost Skip Bayless in the first place, it had nothing to do with money. It just, Skip Bayless wanted to do his own thing, wanted to do his own show. And that's one of the reasons why he left ESPN. Because, slowly but surely, First Take was originally the original concept, and First Take was, it evolved into a lot of things. It was First and 10. Well, first it was on Cold Pizza, and it had a little segment. Then they called it First and 10, then First Take. But as the years went on, Skip Bayless even saw this, and he even alluded to this, that slowly but surely, it was becoming Stephen A. Smith's show. It was becoming his baby, okay? And Skip Bayless saw that. And Skip Bayless said, I have done what all I can do over here at ESPN. So it's time for me to, rekindle the magic and create another show. And that's what Skip Bayless is. He's the type of person that he moves from one platform to another platform. And even though he's been at ESPN the longest, he's over there at Fox Sports 1, and that's Undisputed is his show, is his IP, is his thing. I feel like out of all the players that are in Undisputed, when you talk about Jenny Taft and Shannon Sharpe, these guys are replaceable. They are not the show. Now, Skip Bayless have said publicly and privately it's all of their shows. But if you watch a particular episode when him and Jenny Taft was going at each other, and when she made the comment in the statement that it's also my show too, you saw Skip Bayless shook his head and say no, okay? Indicating that no, this is not your show. And Shannon Sharpe had his head down, was just laughing, and Shannon Sharpe was pretty much in agreement. And even Shannon Sharpe in his tweet even elaborated that Undisputed is not his show either. Okay, this show ends and begins with Skip Bayless. That's it. All right. No one has the same type of no one else on that show is an equal to Skip Bayless. Okay, if Skip Bayless wants you gone, you're simply gone. Okay, they'll move you around to another show, this, that, and the third, but this is Skip Bayless' show. All right, and Skip Bayless loves what he has constructed at Undisputed. That's another reason why he did not leave to go back to ESPN, because he really loved this show. And ESPN was willing to allow him to still do that show at Fox Sports 1 and still do business with ESPN, because they really wanted him to do a show on ESPN Plus with Stephen A. Smith, so they can get the numbers up on ESPN Plus streaming service. And the struggle has been real over there at ESPN Plus. A lot of people are not signed to ESPN Plus. There's no real reason why you should be signed to ESPN Plus in the first place. But having a Skip Bayless featured on ESPN Plus, that would have sparked a lot of interest, and a lot of people would have been subscribing, particularly if you can get the old crew back of Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith. Okay, so this tweet tells me a lot, and I think it went over a lot of people's heads, but it really tells me a lot about the status of Shannon Sharpe and his contract extensions with Fox Sports 1. It also tells me that Fox Sports 1 believes in Skip Bayless. They was quick to sign Skip Bayless. They gave him his money. They gave him everything Skip Bayless wanted easily. He didn't have to sweat for it. But when you look at the others, which is Shannon Sharpe and Jenny Taft, I feel like Jenny Taft is okay as a moderator, but that job, don't have to be exclusively for Jenny Taft. They could give it to anybody else, and life would go on. If somehow, some way, Fox Sports 1 loses Shannon Sharpe, there have already been discussion of Shannon Sharpe being replaced by Emmanuel Acho. I feel like Fox Sports 1 speaks very highly of Emmanuel Acho. Now he's on Speak for Yourself. That's that afternoon show. And I feel like Speak for Yourself isn't the same Speak for Yourself anymore. It done took sort of a back seat. It would not surprise me none if they move away from Speak for Yourself. But remember now, the talk is that Skip Bayless is supposed to be having an afternoon show. And if they do have Speak for Yourself, Skip Bayless' new afternoon show is going to be coming out before Speak for Yourself. Now, he could take Speak for Yourself's time spot, and they just plug in a Skip Bayless' new show. And but we're going to have to wait and see what's going to take place in the fall. Normally, in the fall, like close around NBA season, the start of the NBA season is where you see these new shows start popping up on these sports networks that they're going to try out. But yeah, I feel like here we are in September, still no word on Shannon Sharpe signing a long-term extension. And when this video comes out, you probably would hear word of him signing an extension, or him saying, hey, it's been fun at Fox Sports 1. It's been fun, but it hasn't been real fun, and I'm just going to move on and do my own thing. You could also hear that too. This could go either way. But Fox Sports 1 has just demonstrated and shown to a lot of people, they don't see Shannon Sharpe as part or their future. They don't see him part of their future, or they don't see him as their future. And they already see the future on the horizon, which is Skip Bayless, and that's why they easily got that deal done. And when you look at Shannon Sharpe, he's trying to struggle and get his deal done. And I feel like Fox Sports 1 really don't see Shannon Sharpe the same way Shannon Sharpe sees himself. And a lot of that could apply. I feel like a lot of the old heads, or the people that was along the ride when Skip Bayless recommended Shannon Sharpe, those people are gone at Fox Sports 1. This is a new, a lot of those people are no longer working at the network. And that's why it caused friction a couple of years ago with Chris Carter, because Chris Carter couldn't identify to the new people that's overseeing Fox Sports 1, because a lot of those people that hired Chris Carter are no longer there, and that's why it caused friction. And then ultimately they fired Chris Carter, and I just feel like the people that they have at Fox Sports 1, they like Shannon Sharpe. They love Shannon Sharpe, but they don't see him, when they look at ratings, they don't see him as an important factor as far as Fox Sports 1 getting better, or getting better views and getting better ratings. And like I said in a lot of videos, well, particularly last week, and I'm going to say it again, Undisputed has been on 5 years. I feel like it's closer to 6, but 5. Let's just go ahead and say 5 years, and nothing has changed with the market. Fox Sports 1 is still not in more households than ESPN. They're not even close. Okay. And that's the key. If you're not in more markets, then what's the point? Okay. You done tried this 5 years, and you have not moved the needle to your favor or close to your favor. All right. So this experiment, y'all tried it. It did not execute. It did not work. So that's another reason why Fox Sports 1 is being very careful and cautious in giving Shannon Sharpe what he wants. Okay. Because they already got their golden goose, which is Skip Bayless. Anyway, I can go on and on and on and on and on and talk about this, but I feel like I'm regurgitating a lot of stuff, so I'm just going to just end it here. Guys, tell me what you think. Comment in the comment section. I know a lot of people are going to comment and say some weird, outlandish stuff, but you have an opinion. You can comment in the comment section, as long as you don't lie about it and say I said this, I said that. I'm cool. All right. As long as you don't lie on my name or lie about what's being transpired over there at Fox Sports 1 and Shannon Sharpe, I'm cool with it. All right. So, guys, comment in the comment section. Please subscribe to this channel. This channel only gets better if you guys subscribe. This channel really gets better if you guys share my content with your friends, family, and followers. And this channel can really blow up and pop if you guys like the videos, hit the notification bell, subscribe. I looked at my analytics, and a large percentage of you guys are not even subscribed to my channel. All right, but you come to my channel to check out the videos, and I love that. I don't have no issue with that, but I wish you guys would just hit the subscription bell and hit the notification bell. And that really helps the growth and the development of this channel. I want this channel and this platform to rise above where it is today. I want to add a lot of things to this channel, but I can't do that without you guys' support. All right. So I really do appreciate the people that the day ones. I really do appreciate you guys, because you was there from the beginning. You saw this before it happened. A lot of you day ones, and it was like 10, 15 of you. You guys saw this from day one. Also, I really want to give a shout out to the people that have been subscribing. That's really helping this channel. People that hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down, you're really helping the channel. I really do appreciate the people that's doing that. But the people that are not subscribed to the channel, but you guys come almost every week and watch almost all the videos, won't you do your boy a favor, do your boy a solid, and just go ahead and subscribe to the channel, because I want this channel, I want to evolve this channel into something much bigger, and I want to do this full time. I'm only doing this part time, and I want to do this full time. But the only way I'm going to be able to do this full time if I get people to subscribe. Okay. So guys, I'm going to do a video on that, by the way. I'm going to do a video on that and talk about my evaluation on this channel. I'm going to probably drop it sometime this week. That's probably going to be a video that's not going to get a lot of views. But nevertheless, I just want to thank a lot of people out there. And I also want to tell everybody my basic premise on the future of this channel. But anyway, guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. It's your boy. I'm up out of here. Deuces.